Hey guys, what's up? My name is Dan and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking all about Arsenal versus Brentford. Unfortunately, I purposely left it a day before recording this video because I was a little bit heated after the game, I think, along with a lot of other people. Obviously, give yourself a day, give yourself time to kind of reflect and to really think about it. In the heat at the moment, if I'd done a video yesterday, it would have been shouting and swearing and it's done, league's over, blah, blah, blah. I think everyone, or most people, kind of had that initial reaction to the game. Obviously, everyone knows by now it was a 1-1 draw away at Brentford. A really, really tough game. As I said before, I think in the previous video, that we've got a really good record against Brentford, home and away, but they've got a really good record this season. They're having a phenomenal season. They've taken scalps this season. They've taken points off a lot of big teams this season. So it was an incredibly difficult place to go, and they pretty much out Arsenal, I guess. In terms of, they gave us possession. They said, look, you can attack us, we'll defend. And they did a really good job with it. We really struggled. 2 shots on target, and one of them was a goal. I mean, really struggled to make chances this game. Various different reasons. I think, Eze playing, I'll talk about Eze in a minute, but Odegaard came on, didn't really do much, and then got injured again. So there's that. And yeah, we're just really struggling at the moment to score goals and to really put teams under a real threat, especially in attacking third. I thought defensively we were decent. They didn't really trouble us too much, although Raya had to make an outstanding save. He passed it to them and then they crossed it in. He made a really short distance header save, and it was a really good save, but he caused the whole issue in the first place. So it was that kind of game. Raya was a little bit all over the place, especially in that first half. But yeah, made a couple of really good saves and kept us in the game. So you can't really complain about him too much, although he does need to work on his distribution a little bit. That's let him down so far this season, in my opinion. But he's making outstanding saves, and that ultimately is what a goalkeeper should be doing. So yeah, really difficult to talk about this game. The whole first half was horrific. Really terrible first half. We were just all over the place. Couldn't pass to each other. Couldn't keep the ball. Even though we had 60% possession at the end, it didn't feel like that in the first half. We just couldn't get the ball, and every time we did, we just couldn't pass to each other. It was weird. Basic stuff, we were just flapping around, and it was really annoying. Kind of got a little bit better in the second half. We were way more in control in the second half. We were way more attacking and real threat in the second half. And then Nodi Madueke goes and really gets I was going to say a fluke heading goal, but it wasn't a fluke. It was really, really good, well placed looping header into the goal. It was a really great goal. We should have kept it, solid after that, but 10 minutes later they go and score. And it was a weird goal to concede. It was a cross in, it was a little bit of a deflection and a diving header. We very, very rarely concede those kind of goals. Defensively, we were just a little bit off it today in that game, to be honest. 1-1, you're thinking, crap, okay. It was so hard to attack Brentford, so difficult. It was so tedious watching this game. I can't even say. Eze, I want to talk about Eze. Eze is getting all the treatment at the moment. I am worried about Eze. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to say, oh, no, he's brilliant. The Eze from Palace and the Eze that we have are 2 different players. Whether that's he can't step it up a little bit, whether it's he can't quite fit into Arteta's system. I think a lot of people saying, and I kind of agree, that it's his off the ball stuff that he's not quite fulfilling Arteta's wants and needs in that area. And he's not in the ball. I mean, he was pretty much a ghost that whole first half, and nobody was surprised when he got hooked at half time. It's difficult, man. He's doing really well in the cups. I feel like he's got a couple of goals and whatever, a couple of assists as well, and he'll probably play against Wigan in a couple of days. But yeah, it's weird, man. I think it's his off the ball stuff. Like I said, I think he finds it difficult fighting the balls. He didn't have to do that as intensively at Palace as he does with us. We are a team that relentlessly tries to close down teams and get the ball back and keep the ball. And I feel like that part of his game is not quite there. He's more of an attacker. He links plays up and he passes the ball into attacking areas and he scores goals. But he's even failing to do that at the moment. It's a bit worrying, but I'm still, he's been at Arsenal a matter of months, so there's other players that have made summer transfer move that haven't succeeded so far. What you'd say with Eze is he's Premier League proven. He should be coping well better than he is in terms of the upgrade. Arsenal is an upgrade on Palace, and he's struggling at the moment. And hopefully we can just stick with it and things click. But yeah, I'm a bit worried about it. But I'm not, I'm not going to say he needs to leave in the summer or anything like that. I think he will eventually click and it will work, because we do need an alternative to Odegaard. Because at the moment Odegaard's not been having a great season anyway, but. Injured at the moment. He looks like he's going to be injured again. So, Eze was kind of supposed to be that guy for me anyway, to be in that number 10 spot, kind of linking up plays, setting up plays, making attacking runs and whatever. And he's not doing that at the moment, so he needs to work on that. Riddled by injuries again. Marino's out for the rest of the season, as we all know. Kai Havertz picked up another injury. He's out for another couple of games. I don't expect him back till after the Spurs game, which is unfortunate. We've got Wolves next after Wigan, and then obviously Spurs. So yeah, this isn't a great result. Having said that, we didn't lose the game, and Declan Rice rightly came out and said, "Look, you can't win the game. Don't lose it." And we didn't, and it's a decent point. They were the better team, outrageously enough, and we need to, pick ourselves up and learn from this. But it didn't help that obviously Man City won. Now everyone's started saying, well, it's Man City's title now, blah, 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 4 points ahead, whatever. Yeah, okay, but we need to bounce back against Wolves now. Get a win there, 7 points, and then City will have to play after that. So it's still in our hands. If we win against Wolves, then 4 points from 6 ain't that bad. We need to win against Wolves. And Wolves, a bit of a dodgy team. They're blatantly going to go down, but they have taken a couple of points of late, and they start to look a little bit better of late. So yeah, it's not going to be easy. Every single game now, we've got 12 odd games left to play in the all cup finals, plus the Champions Leagues, plus the actual cup final we've got in March, plus the first round, well, the next round of the FA Cup in a couple of days against Wigan. Tough games. Rotation's going to be key. I mean, hopefully we completely rotate for the Wigan game. I expect to see Eze start the Wigan game, in my opinion, because I don't think he's going to play the Wolves game, no matter what happens. We're really missing Kai Havertz, because Kai, I think, was helping Gyökeres. I think Gyökeres having a really good month was because of Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz seems to be the only guy in the team that can actually work well with Gyökeres, and that's worrying because we've obviously got 2 games without him. But I expect heavy rotation, like I said, for the Wigan game, and then go all out, full strength against Wolves, and then go to the North London derby and try and get a win there. So tough. It's going to be so stressful for Arsenal fans, for the next couple of months at least. Like I said, we're 4 points clear. City can be got at. They can drop points, and hopefully they do a couple more times before we play them at the City ground. But like I said, I feel much better about this game than I did yesterday. Basically, I feel like it's all about beating Wigan, obviously, but then obviously beating Wolves. If we could do that, then I ain't going to be too fussed about a draw against Brentford, considering Brentford's run of form. I think they're in the top 6 now, which is absolutely crazy. I think some people had them for relegation candidates after Frank left, but they've coped well without him, to be honest. And yeah, I feel alright now. Just looking forward to the Wigan game now. Try and get deep into the FA Cup. We haven't gone deep enough in the last couple of seasons, a few seasons actually, since Arteta won it way back in 2020 or whatever it was. We need to go deep in it again, keep the quadruple alive, and go into March in a commanding position in the league, and obviously with the Champions League starting up again, we've got a whole load of more games to play. So 12 games left in the season. Yeah, like I said, if we can win against Wolves, that's our game in hand, and then that's 7 points is not a bad gap, to be honest with you, and hopefully we can just keep going with that, and hopefully get a decent point or so against City when we play them. So yeah, difficult, bit of a complicated time for Arsenal right now. Injuries are starting to pile up again. We thought we were over that, but yeah, we know, obviously not. And yeah, this is a bit of a pill. If we'd won this game, we'd be way more better off. But the pressure's still on Man City, man. They've got to catch up, and they've been losing way more games than they normally do. So why can't that continue? I feel like they can get another one or two losses. So let me know what we thought about the Brentford game. I thought it was an atrocious game in my opinion. Even though the goal was good and we didn't lose, I still think it was a terrible, terrible game. And hopefully we learn from it and move on. And yeah, let me know what you thought about the game. Let me know what you think about the players and what we can do in the Champions League. Obviously, in the FA Cup coming up against Wigan. I'll do a video on Monday for that as well. Do reaction, good or bad, and yeah, I'll come back to the Wolves game as well next week and then go from there. So, yeah, anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Have a really great weekend. And hopefully, you're not too bummed out about this game. I feel like it's an atrocious game, but it's not a bad result. I'm trying to find the positive in it and trying to keep a level head because we've got to just keep it going each game as it comes. So, anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Have a great weekend, like I said, and I'll see you guys in a couple of days for the Wigan game. So, take it easy. Adios.